Hello, everybody. Welcome to Irie Bliss Wellness and the People's Congregation of Shakers and Movers. I realize that sometimes I forget to mention that the chapel is actually hidden behind Irie Bliss. We had a really funny situation yesterday where somebody coming to participate in the class actually went into the church across the street, and because I said you can park at the church. But I just do want to clarify that our church actually doesn't have a steeple. It's in the same building as Open Door Yoga Studios, which has been here for over 30 years. So also shout out to Open Doors because they've always been so supportive of all of our fundraising efforts here at PCS&M. Speaking of which, on March 31st, we are going to be having a healing sound bath. It is a call to all cannabis industry professionals to connect with wellness professionals, to connect with regular humans who just want to come and receive. And I'm so excited about that. So if you go to pcsam.org, sign up for the newsletter, follow our events calendar. We are updating it furiously as we speak. And this Friday, we have Yoga Nidra with Anna, which happens to be one of my favorite Friday night offerings. During Friday night, we have an integrated recovery practices support group, which is an alcohol-free night. Come as you are and just learn. So we explore yoga, breathwork, meditation, yoga, art therapy, and soon probably some hiking. Yeah, sound healing, and maybe even some hiking. We've been talking about taking the group outside as the weather is starting to get warmer. Happy spring, Anna.
And you said art, right?
And I think I said at. Yeah, I do. And sometimes we do at. And that's my weak point, So I think it's pretty cool because when we come to this group, we're vulnerable. Sometimes we're, going into deep shares, or sometimes we're creating, or sometimes we're not talking at all and we're just breathing. But whatever we're doing, none of us are experts at it, that's for sure. So we are really like a safe space, open-minded people, open book. You can come ask questions about all things plant medicine, and what we know we'll share, And Anna has been an amazing teacher here with us, and we're so grateful to have you here every Wednesday for our midweek reset. And as you can tell, this new moon energy has Sandy like a little bit hyper and excited, and so I'm very excited for your grounding practice, which I always find so helpful to continue, barreling through my week every week. So
that's the Vata. That's Vata from Ayurveda, like lifting, going. So grounding is going to be very good for that, and eating grounding foods as well. Root vegetables, warming, some warming foods, but now we're starting to transition. So we're starting to transition away from the heavier foods, going into the lighter foods. And it's a good idea right now to actually do a cleanse if you can. I know that with whatever might be going on emotionally, it might be really hard, but even just a little step, for example, like removing sugar. And that's not easy, but it's a little step you can take day by day, moment by moment, to clear some of that sugar out of your system, or
high quality drinking water. That's been a big topic of conversation.
Yeah. And then also just moving your body in a nourishing way. So we're still nourishing our bodies. We nourish our bodies all year long. But in this transition, we are in a momentum. So sometimes in those momentums, we also get wrapped up in the negative things that are happening too, because we are so in momentum. So we have to remember that anything else, any other energy that people are bringing in is not your own. So remember, stick to your playground. They stick to theirs. That's very, very important right now. And then the whole energy of momentum is what we're going to do, especially on Friday, which we'll have more time to do, is we're going to integrate some of what we do here into Friday, which is creating space, opening the heart, because in light of more light, we are now opening our heart. So we're going to do some heart openers today. And that's going to allow we're going to release some attachments, what we have to attachments, limitations, anything that is that speed bump or something that's in the way from our momentum forward. We're going to work on releasing a lot of that on Friday. And then we're going to start today.
Well, I need the grounding. I'm going to go do yoga off camera, everyone. And thank you to our studio audience today for joining us. We love having members pop in and reset.
All right. So So yeah, we're gonna start on our backs. And if you have a pillow or a blanket that you can use to support your back to open up the chest, you just grab one. Or you can use a mat, another kind of mat. Yes, pillow. Does everyone have? Yeah. And then what you can do is place that pillow or blanket or mat, and you can roll it up if you don't have a bolster. And let that support your lower back all the way to your neck. So not necessarily letting your neck dangle, but just allowing yourself to lie on this mid back center, so then you can relax the arms open, palms up, just so. Letting the toes fall open. And I have given you the example here on how you can relax on your back. So you can, if you feel comfortable, bending your knees or just finding that sweet spot with your legs where you find your stillness. And take a few cleansing breaths here. So just allowing any of that vata, uplifted, rising energy that's a go, 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 just to release through the mouth. Taking a nice deep breath, so letting it go. So this is where I'm going to invite you to set an intention for your practice. Palms up to receive. And of course, if you don't want to lie on your back, you can be seated here with me. Happy, easy pose, cross-legged, or sitting on a chair. And as a reminder that there are chair yoga classes on our YouTube channel where you can find some basic classes to ease you into a yoga practice. So just allowing yourself to release some energy here through the breath. Coming to your mat, chair, or seated position just to center yourself and release. Bring yourself to the present moment. What we are doing here, allowing the chest to open, and I loved using this, I heard this in a meditation earlier this morning. We're going to visualize as we open our hearts that we have a window. You can visualize a window to your heart or a door. So we're going to be opening the window to your hearts. And what we want to be careful of is just easing that space, easing the openness of it. Sometimes we like to barge into a door and open it wide, or grab that window and open it really wide. But take your time. The door or the window is slowly opening. And as you open up that heart space, you are releasing what is no longer serving you through the exhale. As you inhale, providing the heart with energy, that sun energy, spring equinox energy. And as you exhale, allowing what no longer serves to release through your heart. In this way, we create space to allow what we do want to come in, our heart's desires of what we want to move forward. There's absolutely no retrograde right now, which is amazing. I'll tell you. No, I'm not an astrologer specialist, but from what I have heard and from my beautiful souls that are around me, word has it. So see if you're lying down, if you can tuck the shoulders underneath the body, allowing the chest to open a little bit more. Opening the window of your heart. Notice that while you're in this place, the muscles in the surrounding the chest area begin to ease. As you open your heart slowly, let's begin to set our intention in motion. So you are welcome to leave your hands where they are. I'm going to bring my hands into Anjala Mudra at the heart center. Inviting you to create the intention that we will carry through our practice today. Remembering that it is intention that drives our actions, and it is these intentions we carry through our practice and take with us into our day-to-day lives. All of us taking a deep breath in together and a slow exhale out. Being present and keeping our hearts open during this practice and throughout our day-to-day, as much as we can, creating that high vibe for our hearts. And I'm going to flutter my eyes open and release my hands. And if you're lying on anything, just gently roll over to your side and remove the pillow or blanket. And then come back to your back, and we're going to gently bring both knees in. Take a nice squeeze of both knees, just gently below the knees. Releasing and squeezing the knees in gently, and releasing and squeezing the knees in. And then let's draw some circles with the knees. And then go the opposite direction. And then keep bringing them back to center, give them a nice squeeze in. And then extend the legs out, arms over the head, nice full body stretch here. Reach the arms, opposite directions, legs reach in opposite directions. And then we're going to squeeze that right knee into chest. Flex both feet here. Take another breath in, guide that knee towards the right shoulder gently. Bring it back to center, release. Give yourself a full body stretch. Arms over the head, extending the legs, and then draw that left knee into chest. Flex both feet. Gently guide that knee towards the left shoulder. Then bring it back to center, release, full body stretch. Arms over the head, legs stretch in opposite directions, and then gently relax the arms by your side. And then bring the soles of the feet to touch your mat as you bend your knees and come into a butterfly. So let the soles of the feet touch. Arms over the head, give a nice stretch here again. Inhaling, and as you exhale, bring the arms into goddess arms. Allowing the chest to continue to open, allowing the feet to gently feel each other as the hips open. Take a nice deep breath in, lift both arms up, bring the elbows to touch. And then gently let them fall down back to goddess arms. Inhale, bring your elbows to touch. And exhale, bring them down to goddess. Inhale, bring them to touch. Exhale, goddess. And then extend the legs. Extend the legs out. So bring your knees together and extend the legs. Extend the arms out. So we're gently going to bring actually bend the knees back again. We're going to windshield wiper. So option here to bring the knees to the width of the mat. Arms are still outstretched. And then to gently bring one knee in and then the other, or option to windshield wiper, just back and forth. So either way, depending on what you're feeling. And then let's allow the knees to fall over to the left side. Take the gaze over to the right. And then from here, inhale that. Bring the head back to center and inhale that left arm over and across the body over to the right. And then on the exhale, you're going to open up that arm again. Sorry, I had to get my left and rights. Inhale that left arm up across the body. So we're in a little twist here, and then we're moving the upper body, bringing that arm back down. Inhale, left arm reaches high and across the body. You can follow the palm with your gaze, and then gently let that left arm fall. Again, gently bringing that left arm up and over, and then letting that arm fall again, and then keep the arms outstretched here. Take a nice deep breath and bring the knees back to center, and then gently windshield wiper again, back and forth, and then allow them to fall over to the right side. Take the gaze over to the left for a moment, just to get that twist. And then bring the head back to center. You can take the gaze back over to the right fingertips. Follow the palm. On the inhale, that right arm is going to reach up and across the body. And then on the exhale, it's going to fall back over to the right side. Inhale, right arm reaches across the body. Exhale, lower to the right side. Inhale, we reach over. Exhale, let it go. Two more. Inhale as we reach over. Exhale, let it go. And last one. Inhale, reach across the body. And exhale. And let that arm fall. Gently bring the gaze back to center. And knees come back to center. Give them a little side to side again. And then knees come back to center. Feet are about hip distance apart. Bring the knees in. Give them a nice squeeze. Tuck the chin. Bring the shoulders down towards the mat to align the neck and spine. And then from here, lift those legs up to the sky. Soles of the feet reach the sky. Flex the feet here. Arms can come up above the head to relax the arms. And we're going to take a few breaths here. So if you have a block, you can gently support the lower back with a block or with a blanket. I'll show you that here. To allow the ease of the legs to rise. Again, arms can be just up above the head or down by your sides. And what we're doing here is we are calming our nervous system. So there isn't any heavy work or heavy lifting that we're doing here. But, it can be challenging for some to lift the legs up high, straighten out the legs, or soften the knees here if the hamstrings are feeling tight. If you are inclined, you can peace finger or reach for the outsides of your feet. And not exactly get into happy baby, but you can get into happy baby and just gently extend the legs up as you stretch. So just gently allowing a nice forward stretch in the air or grabbing the outsides of the feet and stretching the legs out. Now you can bring your knees, bend your knees, come into happy baby, give yourself a little rock. I still have the support underneath my back, but it doesn't have to be there, or it can be there. It wasn't bothering me at all. So what we're doing here is we're also saving our knees. So being really gentle on our knees by doing some exercises on our back. All right, so come back to center, extend the legs out, and then bring the arms by your side, palms down, and then gently pull the navel in as you inhale and begin to lower the legs all the way down. All right. All right, so now bend the knees. We're going to do some movement with bridge, and that's going to incorporate our arms. So in bridge pose, try to see if you could scoot those heels as close to the buttocks as you can. Palms face down. Take a nice inhale. As you lift the hips, the arms are going to rise over the head. And then exhale, everything comes down. So you don't have to lift very high. Inhale, lift the hips up, arms up, and exhale, everything comes down. Inhale, rise, everything rises, and exhale, lower down. 2 more, inhale, exhale, lower down. Last one, inhale, and exhale, lower down. Bring the knees to chest. Maybe rock side to side. All right, so bring the knees to center, and we're going to do the rock and roll. So the rock and roll is gently coming up and massaging our lower back by coming up and down on our backs. And then come all the way back up, and let's come into seated. Hi, namaste everyone. Nice to see your faces. All right, so let's inhale the arms up. Exhale, flip the palms, press everything away, lower that right hand down, and inhale that left arm up and over. So I'm not married teaching here, so it's okay. Doesn't matter. Opposite side. So let's lower that side down. Right arm's going to reach over. And then lower down. So I brought us to a seated position because for sensitive knees, getting on at tabletop and warming up our spine can be a little bit, can hurt our knees if they're not padded enough. Another way to warm up our spine, place the hands on the lap, and we're going to get into cat-cow seated. On the inhale, let's lead with the heart. Take the shoulders back and take the gaze up. On the exhale, we're going to curl inward, going into cat pose. Chin is going to come towards the chest, and we're going to tuck the tail. Inhale, take the heart forward. Remember, keeping that heart nice and open, windows open. Exhale, chin to chest, curl in, tuck the spine. Continue back and forth. Sinking the breath with the movement. And if this position is bothersome on the hips, you can also bring pillows or blocks, or if you have a blanket, you can extend it and support the thighs that way, or support the hips. So continue back and forth. And then everyone come back to center. Lengthen through the spine on the inhale. Take that right ear to the right shoulder. Let's extend that left arm out, tent the fingers. So ground those fingers down into the mat, tenting them, noticing the stretch. So right ear to right shoulder, and then gently coming back up and releasing that hand. Left ear to left shoulder, extend the right hand out, tent the fingers. And then gently come back to center, bring that hand back. All right, so take the right ear to right shoulder, left arm extends out, tent the fingers. Then left palm's gonna flip, bring that left hand up and reach over. From here, inhale and lengthen, press the heart forward, take the gaze up towards the bicep. Take a nice deep breath and lower down, gaze comes back to center. All right, left ear to left shoulder. Extend that right arm out. Extend the fingers, ground those fingers. Inhale that right arm up and over. Gaze to the bicep if that feels good. And then lower down. All right. Let's take the gaze over to the right side. Press the heart forward. Use your hands for a little resistance here. And then gaze comes back to center. Pull the navel in. Come back over to the left side. Gaze over to the left side. Press the heart forward. And then gently gaze comes back to center. Stay nice and lifted. And then we're going to draw little circles with our nose. Opposite direction. So it's very gentle on the cervical spine. All right. So let's inhale the arms up. Let's interlace the fingers, gently reach up towards the sky and lift out of your hips and rib cage. Take a little wiggle here. Then lower the hands in front of us, palms out, release the hands. So a little stretching exercise because we do type text everything you can think of with our hands. Extend the fingers nice and wide and then gently bring them into a fist. Extend, fist, extend, fist, extend, fist, and then roll those wrists all the way down. All right, so let's come to butterfly. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let's take a bind here. So we're going to interlace the fingers around our feet. Now you want to bring the heels as close as you can to the butt. So what you can do is width forward, or just bring in the heels as much as possible. And then gently here, squeeze the feet. Take a nice inhale, lengthen through the crown, and on the exhale, we're going to hinge. Bring those elbows forward just as much as you can. So the elbows are wide. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, hinge. Keeping the length in the spine. Breathing normally, but nice and deep. And then gently coming all the way back up. So those feet that carry you, open them up like a book. And then we're going to begin the massage. So thumb presses into the heel. So give some nice presses there. What's amazing is that the whole anatomy of the body, like the organs and everything, is right on your feet. So gently press. I'm not a reflexologist, but I have seen maps of the feet, which are amazing. So gently bring that thumb all the way up. I do know that the stomach, I believe, is right underneath the big toe pad.
The liver's right here.
Was that?
The liver's right here.
Right, and then the heart is, I think, is in the big toe or something like that. Yeah, it's really amazing. So massage all those organs. Massage the feet. Pull on your toes. Whatever feels good. Because who loves you most? Yourself. Yeah.
Spirit fingers.
I don't care if you're married, have the nicest boyfriend in the world, but you're going to love yourself the most.
Boom.
Mm-hmm.
It's a podcast.
All right. And then squeeze the feet. So feel the pressure of the fingers on the top of the foot.
It's so good.
All right. And now let's extend out. Bring the knees together and gently have the feet. All right. So we're going to wake up the meridians by beginning to slap the outsides of the legs. I love this. Slap the feet, the insides. So you can do this standing, seated. I think we've done this in so many ways. Waking up the meridians, traveling down the leg and then up the inner leg. And then once we're there and back at the hips, we're going to gently begin to tap the outside of our arms and then the insides. Don't worry, we won't slap our face. Although my son might like that. What's up with kids and
They're kids.
He's 7, so it's forgivable. All right, so outside of the arm, inside, clapping outside.
So why does somebody want to do this on?
So the reason, let it go. We have meridians that travel on the outsides and the insides of our body. So they're points. You can find this in Chinese medicine, east meets west. So in Sanskrit, we have nadis. In Eastern medicine, we have meridians. And these meridians are energetic points that can block. So if there's something going on, stimulating these energetic points is basically opening them. So these meridians travel from the pinky on the outside, all the way on the inside, travel all the way up, and they travel up the neck, affect the vagus nerve, like all of this. All of this has nadis and meridians. So we can keep our legs where they are, we can fold them back in. We're going to begin to stimulate which, that's where tapping comes from. You think tapping makes sense. You think that they just created that. No, we have energy points that we're working on. So the 4 fingers right at the bottom of the collarbone, we have spots right there. So we're also stimulating the glands.
Immune system.
The immune system. So gently tapping, and then we're going to travel the fingers lightly up the neck to the jawline, up the cheeks, right underneath the eye, so right at that lower socket, and then travel outward, temples, above the brow, traveling up the forehead, and then to the top of the head, the crown. And I do like to take the tapping a little bit behind the crown, and then bring it back down the forehead, to the outsides, to the temples, down the temples, lower eye, cheeks, jawbone, down the neck, back down to the collarbone, and then we're going to come to the heart center and tap right there. Okay, and now relax the arms, keep your palms open, and just notice what you feel. Your subtle body is awake. So meridians and nadis, when there's energy blocked in any of those energy points, that's where pressure points come in. You might feel a knot in those particular areas, pressing into those meridians and massaging those meridians. Like if you go to shiatsu massage, they're massaging your meridians and they're unblocking these points that get blocked energy, some stuck energy. So it really releases a lot of the energy in our body. So what we're feeling now is our subtle body. Okay, so let's inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, we're going to open up to the right side, bring that left hand to the knee, to the right knee, and then gently take that twist over to the right. Left hand comes, right arm comes behind you. Take the gaze over the shoulder, exercise the eyes, body follows the eyes, take that twist. Inhale, lengthen through the crown, gently press the heart forward. Another breath, and then gently, slowly unwind, come back to center. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, right arm's going to drop to the left knee, left arm's going to come behind you, and then take that twist over. Gaze goes over the left shoulder. Press the heart as you lengthen. Inhaling and coming back to center. Beautiful. Inhale, both arms up. Reach up. And then exhale, low down. All right, so from here, let's come to a brief tabletop. And then we're going to curl the toes under and come to a down dog. Let's walk our dog, lifting one heel after the other. Bending one knee. Take the gaze between the ankles. Spread the fingers nice and wide so you're gripping that mat. And then come to stillness for a moment. Take a nice deep breath in and press the heart towards the thighs. Remember, even though we're taking the gaze between the ankles, we are keeping the arms parallel to the ears. Take a nice deep breath in and let's walk our feet to meet our hands. Coming to the top of the mat, let's forward fold. Ragdoll here, maybe binding elbow to elbow. Or letting the arms dangle. Now see if it feels good to reach around behind your knees, taking a binder going into a deeper forward fold. Take the crown towards the earth, forehead towards the knees, and then release. Inhale, hands come to the shins, come to a flat back, and root to rise. Come all the way back up, let your palms touch, follow your palms, and palms come back to heart. How's everybody doing? Ooh, touch. Okay, so palms together. Take a nice deep breath in. Let the palms rise and reach back. And on the exhale, palms together, we're going to come all the way down to our forward fold. Lower the hips down. Lift the heels. Take a little bounce. Okay, so we're lowering the hips, lifting the heels, and taking a little bounce, and then gently coming back up. So we're getting some flexibility in the knees here. Lower the hips, lift the heels, take a little bounce. And then again, lift the hips. Then lower the hips, lift the heels, take a little bounce. And then gently come back to your forward fold. All right, inhale, hands on the shins for your half lift. And then exhale, plant the palms, take both feet back. Come into a plank briefly. You can lower the knees if that feels better to you. Or stay in your plank, gently press to down dog. Take the gaze between the hands and walk your feet towards your hands. Come back to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins. Come to your flat back and reach to rise. Come all the way back up. Palms touch. Palms come back up. We're going to repeat. Inhale, arms come up. Reach back. Exhale, keep the palms together, forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins, coming to your half lift, and exhale, plant the palms. Keep both feet back, coming back to your plank, or modified plank, and then press into down dog. Gaze goes between the hands again, and walk your feet to meet your hands, come back to your forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins, flat back, root to rise, all the way back up. Palms touch and palms come to heart. All right, so I'm going to face forward so I can face you guys. We're going to do a little balancing pose, balancing positioning. So, hands to the heart. Woo. All right, so we're going to gently lift that right leg up, balancing on one leg. So strong standing leg, flex the foot. Let's gently press that leg back. Hinging. Halfway. Press that foot back and then gently hinge all the way back up. Bringing that leg forward and up and back down. All right, so we're at the top of the mat. Inhale, arms come up. Reach back. Exhale, palms together, forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shin, flat back. And then from here, let's root to rise, come all the way back up. We're going to sit in our chair, sit in that pretend chair. All right, so chair pose. Shift the weight to the heels. So arms can stay nice and lifted parallel to the ears, or you can take the arms forward. Up to you. Shift the weight to the heels, tuck the tail, lift the chest, keep the chest nice and lifted, shoulders back. Breathe, pull the navel in, sit a little lower. Hands come together to touch and hands come to the heart. Let's forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins, come to your flat back. Exhale, plant the palms, take both feet back, come to your modified plank or plank, and then gently press to your down dog. Gaze between the hands and walk the feet to meet the hands. Come back to your forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins. Come to your half lift and root to rise. Come all the way back up. Palms touch and palms come to heart. We're going to do the other side. Okay, so that left leg, the weight's going to shift to the right. That left leg's going to lift. Strong standing leg, which means you're contracting that right thigh. Flex that left foot, and then you're going to begin to press that leg back and hinge. So we're doing like a balancing stick pose here without extending the arms, and then gently hinge all the way back up. Leg comes back the way you had it. Up and then down. Inhale, arms rise. Reach back. Exhale, now separate the arms, swung down. Inhale, hands on the shins. Exhale, plant the palms. Bring both feet back. Modified plank or plank and press to your down dog. All right. Lift the heels, bend the knees, take a hover. Pull the navel in. Gaze is between the hands. And then begin to walk the feet to meet the hands. Come back to your forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins. Come into your half lift. And then root to rise. Come all the way back up. Palms touch. Palms come to heart. All right. Okay. Inhale, arms together. And reach up. Interlace the fingers. Use the pointer finger. Reach, reach, reach. And then we're going to take a nice deep breath as we reach up and then gently take that hinge over to the left side. Take that left shoulder forward slightly so you're sandwiched between two pieces of bread. Reach, press those right hips toward the right side of the room, and then come all the way back up. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale, and then inhale again. Lengthen, and we're going to go the opposite direction. Exhale as we go the opposite direction. Press those left hips towards the left side of the room. Pointer finger points, points, points to the right side, and then gently come back up. Beautiful. Let's take the back bend, drop the head. Inhale, lengthen through that pointer finger. Strengthen those legs. Begin to press the hips forward. You're going to take a back bend here. Reach back, press the hips forward, reach back. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, come all the way back up. You got this. Slowly forward fold. Release the hand. Bend one knee after the other. And then bring the hands back together to your bind. Ground the feet in, a little softness in the knees as you come all the way back up. Inhale. And release. Shake it out. All right, so we're at the top of the mat. Inhale, arms come up. Reach back. And then we're going to flip the palms and take a dive down. Inhale, hands on the shins. And exhale, plant the palms. Take both feet back. Modified plank or plank. Press to your down dog. Nice deep breath in, and on the exhale, drop the knees. Come into a wide-legged child pose. Modify gently. Ground the third eye. Toes touch. Press the hips back. Let your arms reach forward. Now let's take the hands into Anjala Mudra. So bring the hands into prayer. Third eye is still grounded. Then we're going to bend the elbows and bring those prayer hands to our between the shoulders. Getting a little stretch in the tricep. And let's release the hands, bring them back down to the mat. Let's walk the hands over to the right side. So that left side of the body is going to take a nice stretch. Then walk the hands back to center. Hands walk to the left side. Then gently walk back to center. Press the hips back by gently pressing the mat away. And then walk your hands towards your knees. Knees come together. And then we're going to gently bring the hips to one side and swing the legs around. All right. Let's rock back and forth. Bend the knees. And we'll massage again. And then this time when we come back up, we're going to take boat pose and balance on the two pelvic points. So, just to practice, arms can reach forward, lean back, reach forward. Knees and legs can be parallel to the floor, or if you're going to get excited, reach up. All right. And it's okay for the legs to shake because we're building muscle, right? And then from here, gently come all the way back down. Everything comes down. Full body stretch. Extend the legs, extend the arm overhead. Take a nice deep breath, let it go. All right, so from here, I didn't get to do something I really wanted to do, but that's okay. Let's take the right knee into chest. And slightly tuck the chin, bring the shoulders into the mat. So you're gently tucking in those shoulders. Then let's guide that right knee with the left hand across the body. Extend that right arm out to a T. Gently taking the gaze, so taking another twist here. And then come back to center. Release, full body stretch. Catch that left knee, squeeze it into chest. Flex both feet. Tuck the shoulders, tuck the chin. And then guide that knee across the body with that right hand and extend that left arm out. Breathing normally. And then let's gently come back to center. Let's do our banana stretch. So we're going to extend our arms over the head. Then we're going to walk our feet over to the left or right side, whichever you pick. And then I'm walking my arms to the left because my feet walked over to the left side. And then if it feels good, just reaching that right arm or either side. Just reaching it over to stretch the outer side of your body, the right side body or left side body. And then gently let's walk back to center and then begin to walk over to the right side. I like to hook my fingers. I always do that. So if you like to hook your fingers, you can hook your fingers here for a gentle tug. And then gently walk back. All right, so a nice, wonderful Shavasana. Bring both knees into the chest for the last squeeze. And then relax the arms by your side. And we're going to do a tension and release. So on the in-breath, we're going to tense up the whole body. Hands are going to come to a fist. You're going to squeeze the butt. Tuck, tuck, tuck. So that's what we're going to do. And then on the exhale, we're going to release everything. We'll do that 3 times. So let's take a nice deep breath in. Tighten everything up. Everything tightens. And exhale, release it. Inhale, tighten everything. tighten, 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 tighten the face. And release. Who cares about wrinkles? Inhale, tighten the face. And let it all go. All limitations release, and you're working on that. Let it all go. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow exhale out through the mouth. Relax the arms and begin to settle into your body. Closing your eyes, letting the toes fall open. Again, see if you can tuck the shoulders underneath the body to open up the chest a little more. Arms will open up. And give your body a little gentle scan. And just notice if you're holding on to any tension. And breathing the tension away. Release the jaw. Let the tongue relax and let the back of the tongue be heavy. You can take the corners of your mouth into a smile that relaxes the cheeks. The brows relax as you allow your eyes to sink into their sockets. Allowing Mother Earth and her energy to draw you in and give you that support. Always a play of opposites in this practice. As she grounds you in, she's also energizing you and energizing your heart so we can move forward in the direction that we need to. So I am going to begin to move my body, but you stay there as I cue you. Keeping in that state of relaxation. And this is where you allow the body to do what it's meant to do. Its innate wisdom to heal. Alright, so let's begin to bring some awareness back into the body with some slow movement. Maybe wiggling the toes, fingers, gently rocking the body, coming back into this room, and then rolling over to your right side, gently guiding yourself up with your right arm. When you're ready, taking a seat with me and hands at the heart center. Inviting you to please join me in bringing your prayer hands up to your third eye. It's a reminder to think kind thoughts down in front of our mouths, to speak kind words always, and in front of our hearts, to remember to live life full of love, joy, inner strength, and lots of grace from my heart to yours. Thank you so much for letting me guide your practice here.